Hello and welcome to episode 13 of the Road to Champions League Glory with Bishops Stortford. This is season 3 and this is just a little look at what's happened over the summer and what's happened in the pre-season. So, let's get into it. So, the new season has begun. If we just look at last season, we came first in the Vanarama National. That's 2 promotions on the trot. Realistically, going into this season, I don't expect us to get another promotion. If we do, then I'll be very, very surprised. But we said that last season, and we pulled off a bit of an unexpected result. I was pretty pleased with that one. Best way to describe the summer has been tricky. It's been an eventful summer with transfers, but a very, very tricky one. We haven't been able to get the players that we wanted. We've struggled to pay the wages of the boys that we did bring in. Unfortunately, the board didn't give us much leeway with finances for wages. They only gave us an extra £4,000, which unfortunately for me, I've gone over quite a way already. So let's get into it and let's look at what we've done. We've brought in a few staff to start with, so we'll have a look at them to begin with. So now going into the Sky Bet League 2, we've been able to bring in a head of sports science. I will be asking the board to have a data analyst spot. Sports Interactive haven't really said what stats are good for a head of sports science. It's just that they're there. So we didn't really worry about any of this. I picked up someone who's Welsh. That was my main one. And that someone had a bit of adaptability. Different job and all that. I've kind of just gone with that really. Then we brought in some coaches. I'm not really going to show because they're not really worth clicking on to show. But we've got a bit of variety now. If we kind of go just to show you an overview of the staff. So we've still got some staff on part-time contracts. I'm not offering them new contracts until the end of the season, only because they'll want a raise in wages. As you saw, we're already insecure, so at the moment I'm going to be keeping them on part-time. That might change. I might get to a point in November, December where I have to, because I can't train properly or because of certain other things. We will try to get these boys on longer contracts. The one thing I do enjoy to look at is that the majority of the staff are now continental, which is really good to see. If you have a little look down here, we've got a chief doctor as well. Got a lot of coaches, scouts. We've got as you knew from last time, I quite like to get scouts from all different countries. We haven't got a scout from the same country as yet. We've got Chris from Wales, Andy from the Virginia, British Isles, German, Romanian, Scottish, Swedish. Nice range. It means that whenever we do ask them to name any players that they know, they can actually give me a bit more of an understanding. This one, I know this one's got a bit more than just Romania and England. It's got Portugal, Sweden, Serbia and Spain, which is great. So let's go on to the one you've been kind of waiting for, I guess, is the transfers of players. So these are the boys that came in at the end of last season. So those 3 there. Michael Oxborough has come in as a centre mid position. We were quite lucky. We picked him up through the under-21s through Australia. We found him in that way. We gave him a contract. I was also fortunate in the fact that his other nationality was English. That meant we don't have to have a work permit for him. He's come in. He's been playing for Perth. He's had 1 game for us so far. The next one, again, via the under-21s, but this time a Northern Irish one, is Gavin Hoy. He asked for a bit of money. I could see a few of his stats because he was a British, player. So I could see a few of his stats. Could scout him as well, so I did scout him, and he came up quite good. He doesn't look. He's actually played 2 seasons as well. played regularly, which is always a good start because it's regular football. Scouts thought he current ability 3.5, 4, 5 star maybe current potential. Well suited for this league, which is fab, and potential to be Sky Bet League 1 in the future, which is great for us. So we move on to that one is Louis Nalisanga, who is a Welsh centre back, 30 years old, brings a bit of experience into the team. Positioning isn't great, but determination is there, marking's there, heading's there, tackling's there, work rate, leadership. I thought it was a good addition to the squad, bringing a bit of experience for the boys. But if you do look, high wages for 2 years. He's going to be with us until he's 32. Then he won't. I don't believe he'll stay any longer. After that, we got Josh Bingham, who is another Australian who we were able to find on the under-23 circuit. Again, someone that was another English second nationality. Again, someone that's been playing in those lower leagues in Australia and the top league, which is good. Stats look okay. Can play the advanced playmaker and the shadow striker, which will be utilising a bit more this season than previously. Good bit of value behind him, and he didn't really want much wages, so I took a bit of a punt. Couldn't see any of his stats. Could see that he could play all these, so went for it. He played in the format. He played in the position that I was looking for at that time, so brought him in. Then after that, we've got George Honeyman even, who is someone that my scouts actually recommended to me when I signed one of my scouts. He was recommended to me. Ex-Sunderland youth, played a few games this season so far. Stats look okay, bog standard really. I think not really amazing. 3-star current, 4-star potential. Going from there. Right, so last season I said that we needed to utilise the loan system a bit more. So this season we went in for Centeno. Is that how I pronounce it? And basically because you can play all the way down the right hand side. You can play right back, you can play right wing back, you can play right mid or right attacking mid. We play 3 of those 4, don't we? Okay, so and he can actually play alright as a complete wing back, which is good. Stats look good. We don't pay any of his wages, which is fab. He's been starting most of my games so far this season. The other one we brought in was Rodney, who is a striker, just to kind of give me a bit of rotational purpose up in the striker position. It's one position I still feel like I am weak in. Didn't get any of the players I wanted to pick up in pre-season, which is a bit of a shame, but we'll move on. Right, okay, so Vit Rozipal was another one in the Czech Republic on the under 21s. I did show in the last video that was someone that I was looking at, possibly trying to bring in. He started off at £400 the first time. Then because I didn't ask to sign him again until the end of the pre-season, he came in at £100 a week. I thought that was a good deal. Again, couldn't see any of his stats, but went for it. Bit of a gamble. Good bit of potential. It's one of those. If they're in those squads at that age, there's got to be something about them. And then I looked at Ivan. Again, someone that's got a bit of potential about him. Similar positions across the midfield, down the spine of the team. We are his first club. He's looking naturally fit, which is good. Good potential. We'll see where it goes, really. I needed more centre-backs. Unfortunately, we'll come to this in a minute, but unfortunately we lost a few centre-backs due to random contract negotiations. But we'll explain that more in a minute. So I brought in Will Nightingale, mainly because he's homegrown, he's English. He's got a bit of experience, he played for Wimbledon. He's doing a job so far. He's doing right. Then I was in the under-21s for Italy and came across this boy. And he could play all three positions. Could see a few of his stats. They were very, very limited because I think we had a bit of knowledge of Italy due to my scouts, but very little. Ex-United. He's not a Regan. He's an actual player, but he's been at Man United for a few seasons. He's one for the future, really. he might stay for a season or two. If I want to sell him, then I can. He's only here until the end of the season on a contract at the moment. Basically because I didn't want to offer him too much more, just in case he's a bit of a flop, really. So we look at transfers out. Harry Hickford's left us, unfortunately. We offered him a new contract at the end of last season, and he didn't accept because we only offered about 500 quid. He got offered 950 to go to Dagenham and Redbridge. He hasn't played anywhere near what he was playing for us, but he had 2 very good seasons. He'd have probably been my starting centre-back, but he's gone. Then we also lost Gordon as well to the same circumstance. We were in no way position. So if you think we brought in Louis Nyatanga, and let's remember his name then. We brought in Louis Nyatanga, and he's on £1,000 now, so he's probably our most expensive earner. Gordon got offered £1,200 to go down to the National again. I wasn't in any position to offer him those type of contracts. He's not playing as well as he did for me. Kind of nice to see. Obviously, we had to let go a few of the boys. Kieran Holden was one of our youth boys, has already retired, which is a bit of a shame. Quay Taylor, another one. So he was on a long contract with us. I offered him a new contract worth about 450, I think. Wasn't prepared to offer him any more, but Ebbsfleet offered him 950 to go back down to the Vanarama South. So he's dropped 2 leagues. He's a quality player. He's obviously going to play well at that level. A bit of a shame, but hey ho. We then went through our reserves, and these are players that we let go, really. So I had a little look. Didn't play them very much. These boys are a bit of a shame, really, because we brought in so many centre mids across, like Michael Mitchell's a centre mid, Hoy, Bingham, Honeyman, Ivan, Vit. They're all centre mids. So I had to let go of the ones that I wasn't playing. Bit of a shame, really. Helped us out with wages, obviously, because even if they're on non-contracts, they still take a little bit out of your budget due to appearance fees. So Remy's gone, Tom Molyneux's gone, and Schoenecker's gone. We will keep an eye to see if they go anywhere, because if I have a little look now, they aren't currently at anyone. Then we've sorted out a few loans, really. So these are just a load of loan players, young players that we've sent out on loan. We'll keep an eye on them how they get on. Obviously, our link club is Cray, and if you have a look at them, doing right from last season. Quite pleasantly surprised with that one. So if we have a little look at pre-season and how the season's been going so far. Pre-season started off quite well. We beat Swindon 1-0, drew with Grays. We set up a friendly against Arsenal, which was good because we had a bit of money through with the TV rights, and obviously we had a full attendance because we're in a different stadium now with Stevenage. Then we beat Cambridge, beat Brackley, beat Potters Bar, which is just basically a bit of a local club. Sheffield Wednesday under 23s. The first team didn't want to play us. They didn't think we were good enough. And then we went into the season. So we started off with a 3-3 draw with Hartlepool, where they got a very, 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 very late equaliser in 94th minute. Been a bit of a shame because a win in that one would have been ideal, really, for us. Then we came across Aston Villa, got battered 4-0. Nothing more really to say on that one. We lost 4-0. Deserved to. They won. We had a bit of money due to TV, which was great. Yeovil came to us and we drew 1-1. Then we lost 2-1 to Doncaster. We beat Notts County 2-1, which was a great result. Came across Newport, drew 0-0. Leyton Orient in the Checker Trade, who we've been drawn with West Ham under 23s, Gillingham and Leyton Orient. So we're top of that one at the moment. This is the one where if you draw, you go to a penalty shootout, and if you win it, you get 2 points instead of the normal one. Different. I quite like a bit of change. Then we came across Mansfield, lost 2-0, and then last result was against Oldham, where we drew 0-0. Oldham were bottom of the league. This is a very disappointing result. The one we're going to be looking at today is Bristol Rovers. So they're 14th. We currently sit, if we have a little look at the table, we currently sit 18th. The target is 40 points. 45 if I need to, really. If I have a little look at previous seasons, so go back 2 seasons, 40 points wouldn't have survived. So I'm probably looking at 45. Okay, last season 40 points would have survived, but 45 was here. So 45 points is the target. Okay, we look at this season's predictions. We are second favourites to go down. Not ideal. We haven't been able to get as many players as I wanted to in pre-season. If we look at the best key players, Gavin Hoy and Centano are our best players. I'm pleasantly surprised about Gavin Hoy, because that shows to me that I've picked up a fairly decent player at 19 then. Considering his value is a pittance, really. I didn't expect to find him on here. So we kind of go into today's game with a bit of apprehension, really, because we know we need a good result. Unfortunately. So what we're going to be doing today is looking at the team. We'll go through it for you. So let's have a little look at the squad today. So we've obviously got Dayan in goal. As you can see, he's been switching with David, but I put David in for the under-18s, so he couldn't play today, and neither could Samala, who's also in the under-18s as well. There are 2 Czech boys. So in the centre back we've got Mark O'Brien and Will Nightingale. Left we've got Lewis Cyril. Centre mids we've got Josh Quintano and Alex Bradley. Right mid we've got Waters. Centre attacking mid in a shadow striker position this time is Gavin, and on the left Tom Hitchcock. Up front we got Rodney. I'm giving him a chance, okay, because Pavel hasn't played very well. Give him a chance. Just noticed I haven't got a keeper on the bench, so I will put on Fraser Siddle instead of Quintano. We got also Mark Smith, Mick Smith, Nyatanga, Honeymoon, Pavel, and Josh Bingham, and Simon Hanna as well. What we're going to do, I'm just going to switch one of these off. I'm going to take Simon Hanna off and just put on, I need like a winger, Montana can go on the bench. So what we're currently looking at now, okay, so it's bench, Mick Smith on the left, got Leggett on the right. Today Bristol Rovers at home, so it goes really. Go through a few little inbox messages just to show that these boys are fit and ready. FA Cup day as well by the looks of it. So we're in the 22nd of September. We need to make the most of our home games. We're not favourites in this at all. They're playing 4-4-2. We're playing a 4-2-3-1, but a little bit different to normal. One that I've just altered slightly. So Ewan's had a little chat with them, didn't really make much difference. So I have a little faith talk and a passionate talk, see if that gives us any input. Let's hope for the best, really. I need to put replays on just in case any goals happen. So we've got Waters straight in. Rodney's got the ball and he's hit the post. Good start, promising. 8 minutes gone. We've had a shot, we've had a half chance and a clear cut chance. Not ideal that we're not putting more in scoring, but we're creating chances, which is always a good sign. So as you can see as well, we looked at the finances. Obviously the board haven't been able to give us much money, and that's also because of our finances are insecure. So we are the lowest wage budget in the league. We haven't got much leeway to kind of increase that as a goal. Bristol Rovers 1-0 up. Cross comes in, headed away first time. Waters doesn't get there quick enough. Edge of the box, bang, top in. Well, it's gone above the keeper. Didn't look good, did it? Let's hope we can get back into it. Oh, was a highlight straight after kickoff. Can be good, can be bad, and it's good on this one. Very good finish by Gavin. First goal of his career with Bishops Stortford. Hopefully one of many. He cuts in nicely, follows in Rodney, follows in. Lovely touch there, and nice little goal. Quite happy with that one. He's done well there. We've been a bit fortunate with that signing. Obviously, I found him in the under-21s with Northern Ireland. Looked at him because a few of his stats. Took a bit of a gamble, really. Big wages, but I say that as we go 2-1 down. Matty Taylor, ball's crossed in from the left. Matty Taylor cuts in before our defender gets their first goal, bottom corner. Bit of a shame, really. So we get a highlight off the centre kick, and no, we haven't. It's going to go to half time by looks at it, and we're going to be 2-1 down. Not the best of starts to this game. We got back into it quite quick, but then we've let another one go in. So let's hope we can get back into this and pull a result out of the locker. Hitchcock's not playing very well. Waters isn't playing very well. Our two wingers. Leggett on the right, not ideal. So we're gonna have a little sub. Okay, Hitchcock can come off, Montano can come on, Waters can come off, and Honeyman can come on. See if that makes any difference at all. Nearly with Gavin. Gavin had a little shot there. Nearly gives a bit of a chance. Hopefully with these subs coming on, they can make a bit of a difference on the wings. If not, we're going to be looking at another loss, which is not great what we want. We've got 7 points on the board so far. We want to pick up as many wins as possible. I knew this season would be tricky financially wise, because obviously the new stadium and other bits and bobs that have come into place. But we need to stay in this league desperately if we're going to progress to the Champions League glory, and also to make sure that stadium we haven't spent that money for no reason. Rodney's in, and it's 2-2. Very good goal up and over the top, quite direct. Quintano up over, Rodney's gone past him. He's got a bit of acceleration, which is always quite nice. And the keeper comes rushing out, and he's banged it in. Good finish. We can now hopefully push on. So I'm going to go attacking, just to kind of give 2 minutes, give them a chance, give them a go. There's no harm in giving it a chance. Okay, it's finished 2-2. We've pulled a point out of the bag, which is good. The boys are a bit happier than they started off this beginning of the season. We do drop down to 20th. We have had a lot of draws. We've only had one win so far. We are only -2 goal difference, which is okay. I'm saying okay because I've got to think positively. So guys, what we're going to do, we're going to leave it there. What we'll do, we'll come back about just before January, see how we're getting on, and then we'll go through what's happening in the season from there, really. Again, as always, thanks for pressing play, and we will see you again soon. Thanks very much for watching.